Good morning. Hey, buddy. Yep, you're first again. Yeah, this vintage story mod looks strange. I know, right? Hope everyone's doing well. It is snowing quite a bit out right now. And it looks like it's going to be doing it all day today and into tomorrow. So, around lunchtime, I'll be going out for the first shovel. Fun. Alright, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm going back to Hytale server. Maybe we will... maybe we'll take a quick look at how I have things right now. Take a quick little peek. Did a lot of work setting up the structure for the magic mod. Still figuring out how you are gonna unlock the spells. It's kind of a tough one. We still need to finish this. I created a thaumic workbench, and this is what it looks like right now. I moved all of my recipes into it, and you'll notice that the staves all have, you know, like the icon of the spells. Each spell has a unique icon now. We got a grimoire tab here, and we got a tab for these soul stones. I figure if I make anything else here, right, if I start to make like blocks and other stuff only craftable through here, I can, you know, I can just keep adding tabs. It bothers me that localization... Is localization working for anyone else?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. 9 out of 10 stream streak. Alright. Not too shabby. What is this? Oh, that's the thaumic workbench. I still need an icon for that. I got a lot of stuff that I still need to do, but the goal right now is to like collect everything together in the new spell structure that I made and start, you know, making this a mod to play instead of one to just be like, hey guys, this is a test of, you know, of how spells could work, right? Like I'm gonna put it into practice. So today we're gonna work on some spell stuff. We are also going to possibly bring the magic chalk in the rune system in, and then be able to like trace out magic chalk patterns with your magic chalk to bring in the ritual system, right? That would be the first step. I need to decide what the catalyst is going to be. There needs to be a central block, and I don't know if it's going to be like some kind of special rune. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like something you carve out of stone, like some kind of activation central point that we could build the ritual system around. I also want to look into storing information on the player, because I may want to approach a statistical kind of thing, right? You kill X amount of skeletons and you unlock a prerequisite to be able to make a certain kind of spell, right? Or you take so much fall damage, or you jump so many times, right? Or you get burned by fire, or you get, you know, hit by, like, you know, a skeletal mage spell, right? Like, I can put in all these little things to where, like, as something happens to you, you may be able to unlock a certain type of spell. So we'll see. Hydrate! I will in a bit. My game is going good. Made it in React Native. But was going to use Unity. I think if I were to do things... what was it? Godot? Was one, it's the one Quixote uses. Could use that one. I hear good things about that one. I guess it would depend on what the type of game is that I would want to make, and then I'd look to see what game engine would like support that play style the best. Souls. Godot's really good, but UI is hard. I think that's what Quixote said too. Like, UI, it takes a little bit to... Like, once you figure it out, like, it's good, but it's not really intuitive. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff to do. I need to focus up. Oh, God. Where to start first? You know what? let's start with my cell phone. Normally, I have some good things. I'll lay there in bed at night, and I'll be like, you know what, I forgot to do this. Right, so we have like a transmutation spell that I still want to possibly attach. Making a meditation system that increases your maximum mana. Creating a new buff, Kodiak's Endless Intellect, to increase your maximum mana. We got spell staves. Alright, we're getting into some older notes. Change the loot drop for mounts. I already did that. Adjust the mount's HP. They were like 27 before. I think they're 100 now. Spawn particles when spawning and storing pets. We still need to do that. Figure out inventory slots in the guidebook. Yeah, make grimoires. Flash heal. Regeneration. Healing surge. Revive isn't going to work here. Bodies decompose way too fast. Drain life, death grip, incinerate, soul drain, haunt, spike shield. I could go into like the summon minion thing. We can get into there's just a lot to do. I think the first thing is to complete the initial gameplay loop with the spells and stuff that I have. That way it's an enjoyable experience. This mod is too magic. This guy keeps using the word magic. What's up with that? Alright, so let's try, what is this? Spirit of Wolf. So we got 2 Spirit of Wolves. Let's pull out Attract, right? Let's make sure some of these spells work in the new system, because I haven't tested that, right? We got a bone over there. So I should be able to cast this. Yep. I was able to pick it up. Awesome. Spirit of Wolf. Alright, cast the spell. Failed, insufficient mana. Oh, I put that system in recently. I think Spirit of Wolf gives you, it takes 50 mana, I think. So that's actually good. So this spell must, let me see what Coalesce is. That was what Attract was. I decided to call it Coalesce. I'm in an astrophysics kind of kick. Let's make this wider, increase this. All right, let's look for Coalesce. Researched. All right, what do we got for mana? Set mana cost 50. So it should have a mana cost of 50, but I was able to cast it. Oh no, okay. Maybe it was something with like the first spell. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. If I go into here, we will set it for 10. I think maybe the first thing I need to do is create some kind of like mage armor, maybe. How do I want to do that? Does it need to be armor, or should it be like a band or like some other piece of armor? Maybe it needs to be like mage robes. Alright, let's shut this down. Start the server back up. Meditation system, you float like Gojo and invulnerable to mobs. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Hytale modding gets messy for huge mods. They need to fix that. I don't know if it's just a Hytale thing. I think it's gonna get messy. Even like I made, you know, the magic mod for Vintage Story. That mod was wicked messy. Like, it just, as your mod gets bigger, it's just harder to find things. You have to remember, like, yeah, that's right, I pull methods out of here, but it doesn't make sense anymore because now I'm using the system over here, so it kind of sucks. It's the one of the negatives of you know, running with an idea, the same idea so long. Right now I'm in the honeymoon phase, right? Like, this is nice, cute, you know, compact. Tried to serve one particular purpose. And then you got something like, you know, the Rustbound Magic, who's been around the block 20,000 times. Oh, you want that magic spell? I got that. So it's saying insufficient mana because it did not apply the mana that I should have for this. See, it only comes back after you hit escape. Then the magic system works. See, it's still saying insufficient mana. Interesting. Huh. I wonder if if there's something going on with this mana cost. Dad, wait, I'm AFK. I'm not your dad, damn it. Keep trying to adopt yourself. I'm not that old, damn. It's like I heard your voice. I did not have a kid when I was like, 9 or 10. You can't even pretend. What are you getting to drink? Now I'm kind of invested. So this is something interesting. I tried to put in a system where like you could not complete a spell if your mana was not sufficient. And I have 20 mana. Coalesce spell should be 10 mana because I'm setting it here. Let me just make sure. It's an int. Setting the mana cost. Oh man, let's go back into primary. Oh, is it both in primary and secondary interactions? Mana. I'm gonna need a couple print statements here. Let's do whoops. Utilities logger. And for the message, I'll put in current mana. This would be mana.get. I could be using the wrong thing. Maybe it's not mana.get. Maybe it's something else. And I want to see what the spell dot get mana cost is. And this would be spell cost, right? Because I could just be doing this wrong. Because where am I getting spell from? Okay, spell right here. Okay, getting the selected spell in the map from spell. Okay, so just in case this screws up, I'll put a 1 and a 2 here. And instead of just mana get, let's do maybe mana get max? We'll do mana get max, and then I'll get mana, I'll get the minimum and maximum. So we'll have 1, 2, and 3, and then the spell cost. You're only 19. Well, trust me, I do not have a 19-year-old. Like, I'm not gonna give my age. I don't want to give my personal information out on the internet, but I don't know how old you think I am. I don't think I'm that old. I did not have a child in middle school. Trust me, I was way too awkward to even talk to a girl. I'd rather be playing like a game or something than talk to a girl. Never said I adopted you. Come on. Oh, present the papers. All right, let's do this. Reconnect. Man, it's getting cold in here. Let's see if it's still snowing. Look at that. It is slow and steady. I really wish I got some M&Ms. All right, let's try this. Cast it once. So it's saying 0, 0, 20, and 10. Right, but I don't have anything here. See, if we open things up, now let me try it. See if we get the same thing. Okay, so it's still 0, 0, 20, and 10. So that tells me get mana isn't what we want. Get minimum, I think that's always going to be 0. Get ID is a string. I mean, you would think get would be getting the value. As percent, wonder what index is. We could try index. I actually want to copy this because I want to keep track of what I've tried. So I've tried this and this. Modifiers, a synchronized asset, get regenerating values. I really would have thought it was going to be get. But it's saying 0 right now. I wonder if that's why we can't use the mana system yet. Maybe it's just not done. I adopted myself to you. Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way. You can't just squat on someone's yard and be like, I live here now. I'm part of the family. Can I come in yet? It smells good. What y'all eating? Speaking of, I got this chocolate milk because apparently I just don't like the taste of soda anymore. So it's going to be chocolate milk and hot cocoa for me today. Let me in. So if we can't do this, then I'm going to have to temporarily disable this until we get a mana system in. Current mana, 5. But that's just the index, though. Yeah. What if I just put in mana? What if I just put in mana? You would think it'd be the same as like mana get. But in a more real sense, it's probably not. Oh, shit! This is why! Get signature energy! Hold on! Stop! Wait a minute. Whoa, hold on. .get is probably right. I just screwed up. Right? So this wouldn't be .get signature energy. This would be .get mana. Oh, jeez, dude. Okay, this probably will work now. Wow. This is what I get for trying trying to do all this stuff. I do have to fix my signature energy, though. Because I do want you to build up, like, each cast. I want you to build up signature energy. Or maybe not. I just want to see if I could use the system. There we go. So, chord mana, spell mana. It regenerates so fast. Okay, so we got that. I need to fix this. Alright, .get mana. We need to fix this in the secondary because it's probably broken here. Oh, where to go? Interesting. I did not propagate this over. So let me copy this. We'll start here with spell. And we got to get to it before here, which means I can get rid of this. So we would only have the stamina and the signature energy. Which I still want to do things, right? This would technically add to that stat. Oh, I was right. Yeah, I can't. I can't see anything. Like when you guys post things that are like taken as a link, I just see it as star, 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 and everyone else will probably see it as that, just, you know, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. That's really what it is. So I can't see that stuff. But that's fine. I got it in the end. I'm going to comment this, this, and this, and this out. And I will do the same thing here. Now I have to figure out why the spell did not consume any mana. So let's take a look at the primary interaction. We have should consume mana is true. So if we go into here, right? So we say the spell was completed. I say this should consume mana because I never set it from here. And you know what we could do? I'm gonna get rid of should consume mana. You know, I'm not. Here, let's shut this down. Let's go into coalesce. I probably should just in the beginning set it right there. Let's find another spell that's doing this. I think swiftness. Yep. Set should consume mana. This needs to be in the beginning of every spell. Set should consume mana. Is Coalesce the only one that didn't have this? Get out of here. Stop. Oh my god, still going. Yep, there it is. There it is. There it is. Flame Bolt, there it is. Endless Breath, yeah. Coalesce, nope. Fuck you, Coalesce. I bet Barrier has it too. There we go. So Coalesce was the one spell that did not have that. That's great. So I don't have to do anything for like a double internal range here because I'm setting the range right here now. And if I want, right, because I could just put range into here and I can say this dot get range. That way, as I make more powerful versions of the spell, or I give the people the ability to change things in the configs, it will just propagate that code through. Oh, he's so smart. How's this guy doing this? I am quite proud. Make a little more space there. There we go. There we go. Now everything should be as it is. You keep trying to put things in, buddy. I can't see anything like that. I can't see what you're putting in. I'll get like T-stat value. That's it. The rest are all stars. Remember, Moobot's here to protect all of us because I don't have moderators. I have no one watching the chat. Okay, so far so good. Consume the mana. Yeah! I mean, it really doesn't matter, right? Because you know, there's like a 1 second cast or 2 second cast time anyways. Maybe I should limit that. Let's set it to, let's just set it to 1 second. To do that, I need to go down here. It's not there. Okay, interactions, weapons, wands, and I believe, yeah, it's gonna be in here. Let's set that to a 1. Set this to a 1. The slowdown speed, I will have it be at 75%. You're going to be kind of bulky, so you're going to slow down when you try to swing to defend yourself. You are also going to slow down when you're casting a spell. But it's going to be a 1 second cast time now. Which chain allowance? I think I want to lower this a little bit. We'll have to see how this feels. This value may need to go lower now. What are you talking about? Set stat value. I mean, yours already works, so it's fine. What are you talking about? Just for me to change a stat? I know how to do that. That's how I'm taking away your stamina on each swing. I'm not doing it through any of this JSON stuff. I'm doing that through Java. And once I learn how to express, you know, like the cast time and everything in Java, I can prune all of this complicating JSON crap back, and then be able to just whack, right? Like do it all through code. Is there anything you need help with? Yes, I need to, you know what? I need to be able to access an inventory slot through the UI. That's what I need. I have not figured it out. It's unreal. I need to figure that out. I also need to figure out raycasts. If there is any way to do raycast stuff in here. So far, I don't think so. Why is localization screwed up? Is it like this for anyone else? Server items, ingredients, stick, right? Like, none of this stuff, it has its localized name anymore. But some stuff does, like pocket crafting and like the links up here. And like the stats, right? But when you look at like items, right? Like, these are in-game items, and they do not have localization. It's maddening. Yeah, that feels pretty good. And if I try, like, Spirit of Wolf now... Interesting. If you stay on a staff, it keeps your mana. There we go. It failed insufficient mana. Booyah. Let's make that red. let's make that red. I want it to scream at you. Failure! Insufficient mana. The insufficient mana should be like the footnote. Let's see. I could just put color, and we could do color red. There we go. Now it will be red. It will now be red. Okay, next thing that we need to do, since localization is kind of bork right now still, I have everything craftable here. I will eventually need to go through and actually set recipes for this stuff. Looks like all the staves are in and all the current spell books are in. All of these should be in, and I checked. Yeah, I don't think there's no, like, it really sucks not having these localized. That just really sucks. Yeah, even stuff in this bench isn't localized. Let me see. Maybe it's just like this server. Let me go into single player world. Bum 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 ba-dum. So it's looking fine here. Maybe my environment here screwed up. Well, at least it's good to know that, yeah, look at that. Everything else is fine. So why would this be messed up? Let's try a couple things. We're going to stop the server. I'm going to pull up old Gradle. Actually, you know what? We are going to navigate into my mods folder. I've been kind of waiting for like an updated plugin that already has like the Maven stuff together so I can just jump over to it. I guess there was nothing there. I suppose there was nothing there. Yeah, decompile servers, not really what I want. What is this? Automatically syncs assets from build back to source. Nah, it's not what I want either. So what is this? So this is removing stuff from a slot. What I need is more of the UI side of things. How do you express a slot? I know how to do that stuff. I have to do that kind of slot manipulation to put put metadata on your staff. Right? So I can swap and reshake things there. It's about going into the UI and expressing you have these inventory slots, right? Like this here. Let me hop back in because I can show you, right? Like it's what I showed before, right? Like I have partial inventory slots, but they're fake inventory slots. You can't interact with them, you can't do anything. So I need a way to be able to place an item into a block and be able to take it out, and then also have access to my inventory, at least like the start bar or your hot bar. I tried to look at so much, which is why I got as far as I did. It just seems like I think I'm on the wrong path with what I was doing. I think I'm on the wrong path. Oh, duh. I gotta reopen this back up. There we go. Play. Servers. Local dev. Yeah, I don't want to just look up random things. Like I've looked at the page management. Mine's specifically an interactive, like a interactive custom page UI. That's as far as I got with that, and it kind of gives me the ability, right? Like this is what I got. And what you're seeing here is, you know, I can see this is like stuff on my hotbar, and that's just hotbar and hotbar, right? But to be able to like pick things up, it looks like you can, but you really can't move things around. If this was a true inventory, right, I would be able to like swap things back and forth. The problem is nothing's documented, and something that I would like to look at would be like how a chest works, right? How does a chest work? Well, that's apparently registered deep in the code with how a chest works, and I can't see that code to see how they are rendering something, right? There's no like, there's open chest or open container. There's an open underscore container, and then when you trace that through, there's an open container together. An open container dead ends. There's no more JSON. There's no actual name that can dictate like what the UI would be or anything. So this is something that they like must have thrown together and embedded in the code somewhere, right? Like that name's probably a registered name somewhere, and I can't find it. Unfortunately, I cannot find it. But it's fine, because this is something that is now on the back burner because I do have this. And this is going to be a good start just to get people to like play with the mod, and then I can break this back down, right? Because maybe for the staff system, you make a blank staff in here, or maybe, you know, this would be like wands. I make a new tab here and it says like maybe items or something. And then you can make like your generic, you know, tier 1 staff, tier 2, tier 3, whatever that unlocks with this, right? So there's a sense of progression. And then you would take that staff into here, right? Put it in and write your spells based on your grimoires. So it's something that I can expand into. It's boom. There's a command to disable all UIs, so I'm guessing there's a command to get all UI. The problem is there's no like name that is human readable that I've read to even try to see like how you're getting a UI. Like it's one of those mysteries. When stuff is documented, it's going to be great. It's not a command, buddy. It's not. This isn't command driven, right? You're not gonna open up a command and have it like run all this stuff. What I need is the missing link. Hold on. My mod's already getting big. Let's go into the sanctum and let's minimize this. It's not a method, buddy. There is a series of methods. You have to make whole class files to be able to even render an interactive custom UI. That's the thing. This isn't just like one method like you're trying to call mana. This is a subsystem, a system with a whole subsystem you have to then key onto it. And both of these systems have to work by going and pointing to a specific UI file and putting in specific things based on the pound side codes that you try and provide it. That's the whole rub of this. And I got like the foundation for that done, and as you could see, like you can see the slots and I can pick them up, but I think I'm missing the whole like packet side of this, right? The whole like whatever gets called when you pull something out of an inventory. The client and the server both have to agree that because of that client-side interaction, that the server knows, yeah, this item is now picked out, pulled out, or it's going to be swapped over here because it was dragged, right? There's a whole bunch of logic that I'm missing because I can't find the original open container, open chest, open inventory kind of thing that's specific to UI interactions. That's what we are missing here. And I've been looking to see like, hey, does anyone else has this? No one's trying to do it right now. I don't think people are getting too invested in the UI because, you know, Hytale even said like the current UI is going out the door, right? So who knows, maybe next update, right? Like I'll end up having to redo all the UI stuff anyways because it's going to be a whole new system. I would rather spend my time like, how about this? Let's change the topic. Because we're not figuring that out today. Raycast. If I can find a way to look into the sky with a direction and a range, and then shoot out the raycast to up to 5 blocks, and if it doesn't hit an entity or a block, it doesn't null out. It gives me that block position. That would be an enormous win. Because without that kind of spell, I can't do positional AoEs, I can't really bring transmutation in. Like, a lot of spells and stuff are very limited if it has to do with targeting. Right? Unless you're targeting self or doing a blind AoE. That's the most pressing thing for me is figuring that out. And if we go into like target utils, I've already tried everything target utils has to offer. Like I've tried it all. Unfortunately, even this, right? Let's put in shooter and let's put in store, right? This only gets, yeah, this gets the position and rotation of you, the target, not exactly where you're looking into a distance, right? That's just a subset, but I've tried everything else. Block works fine, right? Target location, ironically, it's the same as block. Entities, like getting like all the entities in a sphere, getting a target entity, that works fine too. But I need to be able to like have it to where someone looks into the sky and can complete an AoE cast. And we're not there yet. I did put in a request to be able to get this through the target utilities, in some degree. There's got to be a way that they're already doing this, because we do have selectors. Right, because you could try and do something like this, right? A new raycast selector, and then, you know, test. But there's no, like, I don't know how to fill in any information, right? Like, this is probably being used somewhere. No idea where. Because it's not like I can just go through my code and be like, yeah, you know, like in Vintage Story, where I can look at raycast selector and find everything that could be using it. I don't think Analyze isn't going to do anything here. Here I am doing it, hoping that there's going to be a change. Whole project. Java 7 errors. Yeah, see, that's mine. All my stuff. All of my stuff. I've tried this in a lot of places. Nope, all my projects still. My project. It just doesn't have access to, like, all the game stuff, right? Which sucks. Definitely sucks. All right. Let's close all these tabs. I'm gonna stay focused here. There's plenty of stuff to do. I need to fix what I can, get this in a playable state, fix my environment, right? Figure out why. I think maybe I just need to try a new template, and then migrate everything over to that. I was hoping for like a template to come out with like the Maven stuff built in, so it's less work for me to do. Ah, delicious. I probably... Let's see, so we got 4 armor pieces. That's pocket crafting, yes, and then that's the third thing. So really, I have 4 armor pieces to choose from. Let's try and go to equipment. Yeah, I'm like used to like rings and stuff, right? Being able to have like rings. Is there something like I could do with one of these backpacks, maybe? Whoops. Damn it, I hate that I keep doing that. I fat finger things way too much. How do you put on a backpack? I don't think I've ever... I haven't unlocked a backpack yet. I mean, I should just make like a set of mage armor. How does this look? This actually looks pretty cool. I love that you can hide things too. I mean, that does look pretty cool. Yeah, here's Snake. Nobody likes you. Right-click the backpack. Come on. Can't do anything there. I can't right-click anything here. Right-click, it allows me to do this, right? Left-click kind of does the same thing. What is this, fern flower? For what? Are you sending me something that from what we're moving on from? Oh, you're still okay. Where I'm moving on from the UI stuff. Moving on from the UI stuff. How you doing, Player Legion? Yeah, I don't know. I can't put it on. I think I want to make some armor, and I think I'm going to use this as like the foundation. This actually looks pretty cool for mage armor. Because I need to give you a way to get some type of mana. For the raycasting? What do you mean for the... Okay, you're sending me a couple things. You sent me one thing where it's like a virtual chess. Right, you sent me that. And that virtual chess mod, I can guarantee you, looking into it, they are not doing stuff through code. It's most likely command-based, and there's already something you can do from JSON called open container. It's how I could do it right in my stuff too. Like if I want to go down here... Let me find the interactions. Oh wait, that's Stomach Workbench. Here we go. We're in here. Let's scroll down. Right? So, on use interact. If I put in open container, show different, save. And we hop back in, it will open a container. See, my problem is anyone can do things like that and make like an open container. I need to see how open container works. I have to see how that works because I need to see how it's syncing everything, how it's putting something in the UI. That's what I need to see. And a lot of mods, like, they don't show that because you don't need to look that far because for them, it's just enough to have open container to give you this. These are all the available inventory slots I baked into the Sanctum. See, that's the problem, right? Like it's, you know, I'm unsure how to look at the code for this because it's embedded in, right? Like And I could put something in where, like, yeah, you could technically I could have it to where you could put in slot 1, like put like a grimoire here or something in here, but trying to explain that to people, I have no extra button here to like confirm anything. You know what I mean? Like it would be a very shoddy way, not really intuitive, so it's not really worth the time, right? Yeah, maybe should ping Simon, but why? Why would I ping Simon to be like, hey, how do you use this system you guys are getting rid of anywhere between tomorrow and a year from now? An undocumented system. Like, I don't want to, I would feel bad. I don't want to, you know, pull them away from all the other stuff they're doing. They're doing a good job. I'd feel bad. I think the UI is something for now I need to ignore. That's what I had come to terms with a couple nights ago, you know, last night when I did all these changes and actually made this the workbench. Right? Like it's a depreciated system that is on its way out. I have so many other things to do, right? Like I have spells that still need to be done, you know, like I have equipment that still, right? That you still need like mage armor. I need my ritual system. You know, like I need to figure out particles and get more comfortable with those. I need more sound effects, right? I need what I need more than anything is a way for you to unlock spells, right? Like how do I put, you know, like how do I rationalize what spells are better and what spells are worse and how you get them so someone doesn't sign in and be like instantly get the fly spell, you know? Bam! I can fly right off the bat. Oh, I don't have enough mana? Bam! Right? Fly. Let me fly over every obstacle. Oh, I want run speed? Bam! Swiftness. I can sprint everywhere and affect everyone with it. You know, because RNG is something that I used with Rustbound, and it worked. But some people are just unlucky, you know? I mean, they're just unlucky. They're like, I got this, you know, out of 3 spells, they got like 1 spell 10 times in a row. Right, and then here I am having to explain how RNG really works, you know, like, it must be broken. It's not broken. I can tell it was not part of the curriculum at your school and or college, which is, it's not a part of a lot. Like, I had to come to terms with it too. You know, as humans, we expect RNG to be a specific way, a way that makes sense to the world, but, you know, the world's under no obligation to make sense to us. Alright, let's work on some spells. Because I'm just kind of not getting anything done, and I've been streaming for like an hour, and I've yet to get like anything substantial done. I'm going to create a chest, since this backpack is just the most useful thing ever. We're just going to get rid of it. I'm going to have one chest here and one chest here. And I'm going to move all of this stuff out. Let's get rid of that. Go into my special creative tab. And I'm going to start loading these in. And we'll pull them out one at a time. Starting with, like, easier ones. We won't go in order, because some spells haven't even been started yet. And I'm going to try and slam dunk any of the easy ones. Right? The goal here is to just get this in some kind of working order. Is there, like, a clear inventory? You know what I could do? Dump everything in there. Perfect. You know what? We'll keep the staff. And we'll keep the workbench. And we'll keep the crystal block and I guess those. Everything else, just perish in the water. Just perish. And I'm all out of this drink. Problem is then using 3 different UI libraries. Yeah, the problem is that the UI library is like an external mod pack. Like, it's a very messed up UI. But we could still have a fun magic mod without it. It's just when I figure that out, it will be able to enhance. And be able to enhance it. Okay. Barrier's not done, so Coalesce is probably a pretty good one to do. We could try Fireball, or it's now called Flame Bolt, Frostbolt, and Shadow Bolt. Spirit of Wolf, we'll get a Spirit of Whale, Spirit of Bear, and Swiftness. We will start with this. Coalesce, I think, is pretty darn good, right? We can... is there a thrown item somewhere? No. So we can go quite a few blocks away. There's a sound. We have the swirl around us. The spell works, right? It picked it up. It will pick up all spells. Coalesce is definitely working. It's one of the most complete spells I have. Another easy one. Spirit of Wolf. We know that one is working. Let's just shapeshift, right? We could shapeshift into our wolf form. It's kind of funny how armor looks on us. The buff is ticking away there. Everything is looking pretty good. Spirit of Wolf is a pretty solid spell. You are the first to make an advanced magic mod. I won't be the last. Can you do army magic? Summon 3 skeletons using a book? No. Cannot do that in this mod. Not yet, anyways. Like, I do want a summon system, but there are a lot of other things to do before getting into that. I gotta finish the spells on my plate first. And I gotta figure out what it means to be a summon spell, right? Like, should I just have, like, a summon skeleton, you know, a summon mage, right? Summon mage skeleton, summon Treant, you know, like, are all of those separate summon spells? You know, or is it just like a generic summon spell? There's, you know, what kind of structure does it look like? And when I make a spell like that, I'm going to be designing my own entity because I want it to have an inventory so I can give it equipment, like weapons and stuff, and actually have that mean a difference when it melees. Armor for protection. I want it to render on, you know what I mean? So for skeletons, it's kind of player driven, right? Player based. So I could just skin some equipment on it, but how would it look like if it's like a treant, you know, or a slime or whatever? All right, whatever other summons that I end up making. So that spell works pretty well. Swiftness is another buff that I know is going to work well. So that expired. And you know what? I just realized, I have flames that come up here. Let me try to embed the effect, the effect in the or the particles into the effect is what I want. So in entity, effects, status, spells, let's pull up Spirit of Wolf. Right, so I have the effect fire in here, but I don't want that. What I want is... oh boy, let's go up to here. I want my Mythbound Magic blue beam. So I should be able to go into here and remove that. You son of a bitch. Copy string literal text to keyboard. That is not what I put in. Come on. Why are you gonna do this? Copy. Paste. There we go. That's what I wanted. The game was running. I can't wait to fix that. Depressed Greed! How hard is it to get into hytale modding? I really enjoyed Rustbound Magic, by the way. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's depends on what you want to do. It is super easy to get in and make like basic blocks and items and things like that. To do the Java side of it, like if you want to do something more complex, it's honestly pretty hard. Pretty hard to get into. There's a lot of learning. A lot of learning. Like what I'm doing right now, creating a magic system, it's... you know, once you have to like interface with Java. Hey, look at that. Let's try that spell one more time. I'd say that is pretty darn good. But I don't want to discourage you. I'll show you right here. Like when you're in a game, right, in creative, there's an asset editor. You could make a pretty decent mod with just this, figuring this out. This is pretty intuitive. It's what a lot of people are using. Unfortunately, I want to go a step beyond, right? I'm putting in buffs and magic spells and wanting to like link into like item use interactions, right? Because I'm gonna bring in like a ritual system and all this other stuff. So I can't live in this. I can use this to make my life easier in some aspects, but like my buff system is actually something that I wrote up. You know, like I have a way to monitor my buff system as well, which I still need to test because there are some buffs like Endless Breath, you know, Fly, Feather Fall when it comes in, Resist Fire, right? There are a lot of listener buffs that I need to run specific code and do specific things while that buff is active. So I need a subsystem that can use the main buff system as a monitoring aid, right? To then further extend, like, oh, you have this buff, run this method, which points you over to here, right? And now it's Resist Fire. So let's start intercepting damage. You know, if it comes from fire or lava sources or something, then you need to negate that damage. You know, things like that. So yay! I'd say that is awesome. Mythbound Magic Blue Beam. So I need this for a couple things. That means I can get rid of these particles and these particles and these particles. And I can... Well, let's shut down the game. What I'm about to do. Go into here, change that, and change that. We also need to make Spirit of Whale. I want you to shapeshift into a whale. See, that one's going to be tricky because when you're on land, I want you to go really slow. When you're in the water, I want you to go fast. And I picked whale because the whales are really cool in here, and I don't want it to overlap with Unending Breath or Endless Breath. So I want you to have to use like both spells, right? You can stack spells. I want you to get the toolkit because, right, whales have lungs. They're not able to stay underwater infinitely, nor will you in whale form. Okay, so Spirit of Wolf is a go. Spell failed, insufficient mana. Interesting. Now it's not doing any particles. Is it because I need to do this? I bet it is. Oh wait, let's shut down. There we go. Paste it in here and paste it in here. Start again. What kind of mod do you think you would want to make, Depressed Greed? I'm kind of curious. I like hearing about other people's projects and, you know, maybe talking about like how you're going to accomplish it, like what you want it to look like. You know, you want to make a fishing mod with this kind of fishing pole that's like World of Warcraft fishing, or, you know. Insufficient mana. What is my mana? It seems like it's regenning pretty slow. Oh, because I have 84 mana right now. So now, oh, that's Spirit of Bear. Wait, Spirit of Wolf is what I want. Okay, Spirit of Wolf isn't working now either. So it has to do with this. You know what we could do? I could just remove the particle aspect out of this. There, hold on. We'll remove it here. I'll remove it here. And I'm going to remove it here. I'm just going to embed this because it seems like it's kind of, I don't know, like the JSON system definitely needs some ironing out in some places. So we're going to go into the raw spell and I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to force summon these particles. Oh, and I have that other one to test too. Here we go. So I will cast like Spirit of Bear and then Spirit of Wolf, and we will see which one is better. Because I've been kind of testing some of these particles here. But I'll just invoke this right through the spell itself, which is fine. It's probably something I should be doing anyways. Oh, so that was the quick little cheapy burst one, and then this would be like the full-fledged. Yeah, let's go with the one for Spirit of Bear. There we go. Alright, so all of these are now the same, so let me go into Spirit of Bear, so buff ID. And let's go into here. Right, this would be a bear. Bear Grizzly, and then this would be... Oh, I gotta look at our assets. We gotta get the assets. Common. No, here we go. NPC. Roles. This is gonna be a creature. Not in there. Mythic. Can shapeshift you into a Yeti. I do want to make a mana regen spell that allows you to turn into a skeleton. Like the clicky, like the necklace of like Necropolis from EverQuest. I kind of want that. I want you to be able to battle as a skeleton if you want. Core, aquatic. It's in here somewhere. Abyssal, here we go. This would be whale. Humpback. Save. Did it do? It didn't do Spirited Bear. Fucking, I hate that it does this. I think I actually want to make my own bear. I think I want to make a black bear. I like the idea of XP progression similar to RLCraft and maybe some light RPG features. Got an ad in case you read. I hope you're back from your ad. So what do you mean for like making oh, okay, ads are over, good. So you're talking about like making a type of progression system that has to do with like experience, what, like gained experience from like breaking blocks and harvesting and fighting kind of experience? Okay, Spirited Bear. That's better. I want this to be a black bear. but for now, here, let's double check here. Yep, all the particles spawn. Spirit of Bear, it's... I wonder how this handles overlapping spells. Yeah, so it's not gonna change your appearance again. You know what? Let's get rid of this. Let me go into the spell. And in here, I'm going to try and get the model component. I'll say model component equals store dot get component. We will get the shooter reference, and then we will get model component dot get component type, and then I can say model component dot see, there is a get model. I don't think it's a model component that I want. Where? Oh, you know, I had some code that could help. Where did I put it? Is it in... Oh boy, where did it go? It could be in Shadowbolt. No, it wasn't in Shadowbolt. It was in Mount Interactions. Did I get rid of it? I better not have. Okay, maybe it's in the old school interactions. Alright, so there are player animations, right? Get assets, get asset map. So it has nothing to do with any of this. Did I put it in my references? Oh, references. Here we go. Okay, so this is a list of all the stuff, right? So transform, entity scale component. That actually may be something I want to tap into as well. Then we got the player, we got a movement manager, the camera, collision, chunk, block entity, effects controller. I thought it was model component, but I don't think that's it. Persistent model. Maybe it would be something like that. Alright, so instead of model component, let me put in persistent model. We'll import that. Set model reference, right? So it could be something like this, and then to set the model reference, I'm not sure if it wants a string or if it wants something more. Come on, show me. Model.model reference. See, I wonder if that is trying to get the like model dot get system model. No, there was something for this. Damn it. Where you could get I need to get the asset map. Alright, so getting this reference. I don't think that's not gonna work, right? Trying to get something empty here, right? Yeah, it's protected. That's not how you do it. There's a way. And apparently I got rid of my old code. The one time where I try to clean up. No. And it would have been in here. Oh wait, here, model asset. Wait, I think this is what I want. And then model, get scaled model from the asset. This is something that I want, right? So I can go into here. Let's just paste this stuff in, right? And I can say model. For the name, it's going to be Wolf White, because I'm getting that asset, and then I'm going to create a model, and then I think I can do the whole like persistent model. Wait, no, it's not persistent model. What was it? Model component, right? Model component. Model component. Crap, that's not it either. All right, let's keep looking at mount interactions, right? Because then I get that. Get the index role, target, model component. I would be spawning an entity. Store rotation. And then the spawn model. So let's look at this. And let's get this one. NPC component set spawn instance. I just need to see where to swap this out, right? Model, spawn model. Oh wait, there was more down here. Right, holder. Okay, so I would need to add a component for the model, I believe, right? So spawn model. So it would be these two. So it would be these two things. I would have to add a component to the holder, who is the player. Alright, so instead of holder, can I just put in player dot... Ooh, what is it? Oh, wait, there was a... to holder. And then add this information, and in here it's gonna be model. Model. So let's give this a try. So if this works, let me shut down, and then we'll restart. So Spirit of Bear, we'll do that first, and it should transform me into a bear, and then Spirit of Wolf should overwrite that, and then change my model to a wolf. And then we'll have to, if that works, then we'll have to go a step further and log out and log back in to see if that persistent model, like, stays with you or not. So I gotta figure that out, and we'll have to, you know, do things accordingly. Alright, so Spirit of Bear. Here we go. And Spirit of Wolf. Insufficient mana. Damn it. Nope. Well, it did something. Tanked. Maybe I can't do this. Getting the player to holder. What if I... trying to just get shooter reference dot get stored. Now I need to add something to the player. Let's try and look at that website. What is it? Hytale .docs. And this is going to be .add component. Add entity effects, add controller component. Maybe we'll take a look at something like this, right? Store, get component, add effect. Alright, so that's the controller, add effect, add an infinite effect. Yeah, I know all of this stuff. Calculating damage. What is this? Okay, original model. Here we go. So model component, component accessor, owner reference, right? And then you get the original model, right? Then you make a new model. And then, oh, component accessor, put component for the reference, get the model component. And then what the new model component is to scale. Interesting. So this would be a whole method, set model change. Let's actually have this as part of spell base. Like right in here, we're gonna import some of this stuff, right? Import. Import, that one. Reformat this a little bit. And what I will put in here is original model. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with, like, original model here. If the original model does not equal null... Oh, so this has to be a null thing. So then what I probably want to do is... do test, and I will have it tell me, we'll create the local, right? So it's just model. So I'm going to create a variable right up here. I'll say model, original model. And we will give this a protected. Oh, duh. I need to go up a little further. And I will put this right after this, researchable. Right? So now we would go through... Right, so if it equals something, we will return, we will just return, right? So it's got to be null. And then model component, right, we would get the owner, we would get the reference right here. And then I would save original model, right? I would get your model. And then apply the new model, which wouldn't be entity effect get model change, right? Because this isn't what it would be. I would want to put in, for now, we'll just do wolf underscore white. And then put this in. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That way I'm pruning stuff out of here. I want more control over this. Because the current system, actually, if you log out and log back in, it will reapply the buff at whatever, like, the full value is. That's just kind of how the buff system is right now. But it does not re-shapeshift you. So I would need to do something that, like, would look for this. Right, see, it like reapplied that buff, so... Spirit of Bear. Oh, wait. Let me get some mana back. Nope, Spirit of Crash. Oh, duh! I did all that stuff. I never actually used the method. So let's go back into Spirit of Wolf. And we can get rid of this stuff here, and now I can say this dot... What did I name it, guys? Set model change. He was just in there. Set model change. Let's get the shooter reference. The entity effect index. You know what? Actually, this is where I'll probably put wolf underscore... We'll do black. And then I need to get the, whoops. Put the command buffer in dot, what, get stored? No. Oh man, it wants that stupid, component accessor. What is it? It's not command buffer. Oh wait, let's go into here, so... Entity effect, we'll get rid of those, and I will just put in a string. I'll say model name. And we'll copy that. Then down here, we will just put in model name there. It's beautiful. All right, set model change, right? So that's going to be... Oh, and it is command buffer. Okay, now let's try this. So we'll know this works, right? Because regular Spirit of Wolf is the white wolf. This is going to be a black wolf. This is the first step to really taking over and creating like a polymorphic buff system. I could turn you into a weapon if I want. You could be a floating sword. Alright, so here we go. Spirit of Bear. Spirit of Wolf. Insufficient mana. Oh my god, it gets me every time. There we go. But if I go back to Spirit of Bear... Oh, when I get my mana back, it will not change me back because that is a current limitation of the effects system. See? Boom! We got it. We got it. How does the Black Wolf look? I kind of like the Black Wolf. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I really like how the Black Wolf looks. So this means that I could polymorph you, just because. Run away! Holy shit, that guy turned into a wolf! Let's get out of here! Did you see that? Bro's turning into things. That means I can make like polymorphic wands that just... So that means... Let's pull up something else. Let's take this a step further. Where's my stuff? That means I can put in something basic. I really want to bring in like necromancer stuff. I really want to do it, guys. What's he doing? Dude's willingly turning undead. Alright, so this is gonna be Spirit of Wolf that will change me. Surprise, motherfucker! Oh, man. So, I think what I'm gonna do at first is I'm going to I gotta create a Lich Form spell now. We have to do it, right? A skeletal spell like this could be Lich Form right here. We are a Lich. This with the fly spell. Oh my god! Imagine being a crazy powerful. And then you have like a Shadow Bolt, right? And you're just like casting these spells. Oh, and it still has that bug where it destroys your model. Thank you, game. Thank you for that, for bringing me back down. So this is great. We got some cleanup to do. We definitely have some cleanup to do. I need to go into Spirit of Whale. And then right here, this would be Whale, Humpback, right? So a Humpback Whale. This is, of course, going to go back to Wolf White. And this is going to be... We'll do Bear, Grizzly. Oh, guys, let's give this a try. If this does it and we can change on a whim, I'll do it off stream, but I'm gonna end up making a spell called like skeletal form. Hey, heads up, small child is watching for a minute. You wanted to see? Oh, baby triangle. Hello. Hello. All right, let's try this. Oh boy, oi, oi. I gotta keep it clean. So this is what we look like here. There we go. All right, we're in our mage form. So now if I do Spirit of Wolf, we shapeshift into a wolf. If I do Spirit of Bear, we shapeshift into a bear. If I do Spirit of Whale, oh, insufficient mana. Insufficient mana, come on. My god, my mana is going so slow. Okay, here we go. Spirit of Whale, there it is, guys. What's he doing? I can jump out of the water. See, now I need to make it. Oh, look at that. My hitbox is actually my eyes are way too low. So I am taking, even though I'm surfaced, I am taking breathing damage. Look at it, it's raining in the spot I was in only. That's my luck. And then you're like a beached whale when you're on. I want you to go really slow if you're on ground, right? I want you to go like super slow. And then when you're in the water, I want it to like pick right up. Alright, let's turn back into... Bear's my favorite animal. We'll turn back into a bear. Wait, it didn't work? Let's see, hold on. Let me get my mana back. Spirit of Bear. It did not work. What are we stuck at? Oh, guys. See, it just wore off there. I never pruned out from the effects. So it was double applying things. So Spirit of Whale. Wait, no, yeah. We need to remove that. I need to remove that. And I need to remove that. Right? Okay, this... I guess it did not save last time I did that. And it looks like it's saved now. Wait, let's make sure this still works. Because this may not work anymore. Okay, here we are. Spirit of Bear. Gotta get my mana back. Spirit of Wolf. Oh, need to get my mana back. Boop. Spirit of Whale. He's a whale with a magic staff. Alright, now let's see. Okay, so I'm wondering if it's because it's like... It still has... I don't know. Let's see what it looks like when maybe these kind of buffs can't stack right now. Right? Maybe, well, you shouldn't be, you should, actually, I'm thinking about it now, you should not be casting these spells all at the same time. They really should overwrite each other. Like, it would be weird if, like, you were in bear form and got that buff, and then the other form and got that buff, and, you know, so I think I need to make a generic buff, right? The one's about to expire, and I'm still a whale. We will wait for all of these to expire. I'll just sit here. So this one is Spirit of Wolf. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we got 14 more seconds on this one. This is the one that turned me into a whale. Yeah, Daddy, look, treasure! There's a lot of treasure. Oh boy, so I need to make like a cleanup mechanic here. So you're not just permanently a whale. Oh, that is great. All right. I wonder if... Let's shut down the server. So... I don't want to use template. I'll do Spirit of Creature. We're gonna make a new one. And then for Spirit of Bear, yeah, let's reload from disk. Alright, so it was called Model Change. I'm gonna put that in here. And I will put in Skeleton. Hello! Are you getting hungry? Alright, so Spirit of Creature. Let's go back into Spirit of Wolf. And then instead of getting a specific ID, it'll be buff. Said no. Spirit of Creature. Copy. I will do this between Spirit of Wolf and Spirit of Bear. And we will get rid of this ID here. Bear Grizzly. Right, so I will know it's taking this buff as an overwrite because I'll be a skeleton. If I turn into a grizzly bear, that's something different. We're getting this for the duration, so... And these spells actually will no longer overlap. So we will give this a try. And while we do that, we are going to look to see who is playing Hytale. Hoping to get this into a decent state to push out like at least another update sometime today with like the new staffs, the new way to do things. So we'll do Spirit of Wolf. There we go. We are not a skeleton. Let's see what this looks like here. Let all the buffs wear off. Okay, so this is the current buff. Let's do Spirit of Bear. So we got a minute and change, right? So what if I go back to Spirit of Wolf? So maybe it has to do with like cached information. Although it did not rewrite, it did not overwrite, and it should have done that. Oh, Oh, is it because the original? I had something in here. Hold on. I think it may be a root problem with this method, right? Because, like, if original does not equal null, then we're just returning. So I'm getting the component, I'm getting the component model, and then, okay, let's try this. You're fine to keep streaming, you just wanted to see you. We're going now. All right. I'll be done soon. All right, reconnect. Oh, wait. Here we go. Hop back in. Let me in. I want to be able to swap back and forth, right? Like I want you to be able to overwrite these. So, Spirit of Wolf. Okay. Spirit of Bear. Okay. Spirit of Wolf. Oh, insufficient mana. There we go. That's what I want. I want you to flop back and forth between them. But I also want you... Like, it's not refreshing the buff, so I'm probably doing something wrong in here, right? Removal behavior is duration. Infinite, it's not a debuff. It's going to play this stuff. Actually, let's get rid of this. Because I don't necessarily want, like, a movement enhancement on here. This is just going to be generic. All right, and then we are going to get Mythbound buff, Spirit of Creature. Get duration as an overwrite. Where's my Spirit of Bear? Here we go, we'll move that. So here's Spirit of Bear. So it's basically doing the same thing. But it should be overwrite. And it seems like it's not doing that. And then Spirit of Whale is going to be the same thing here. Okay, let's give this a try now and just see how this is doing. I may need to put the overwrite in the spell effect right now. Okay, so technically I have the buff on right now, so we'll do Spirit of Bear. Alright, so I can shapeshift, but it did not refresh. It did not refresh. Oh, wait, let me get my mana back. There we go. So right, Spirit of Whale. Get my mana back, and then we'll go back into bear form. Heyo! Alright, so now we just have to see what happens when this buff wears off in 1 minute 40 seconds. Because I'm thinking, you know, there'll be some buffs, right, that won't overlap. Like the, you know, the skeletal form, bear form, you know, things like that. Spirit of Skeleton, Spirit of Bear, Spirit of Wolf. Actually, I don't think I'll call it Spirit of Skeleton. I'll just call it, like, Lich form. And I want each one of these to add something, right? Spirit of Bear, I want it to increase your maximum health. Right? Spirit of Wolf is going to increase your run speed, your personal run speed. Spirit of Whale is going to make it to where... Or I could do Spirit of Shark. I could turn you into a shark, but I think the whale's funnier. You know, you turn into a big whale. you know, the skeletal form, I actually want it to like increase mana regeneration, but maybe if you're in daylight, you take damage, right? Something like that. That's right, we didn't put anything in the cleanup state. So technically the buff did expire. You know what? I know a great way to see if this really expired. We could be seeing like server desynchronization here. Server client desynchronization. See, it says I had a buff still on. So it wasn't overwriting the buffs. I still had 30 seconds of a buff. Let me take a look at my other spells here, right? There's something more. I can't remember what it was called, and it's probably nowhere in here because I had pruned it out. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, eventually I want stealth as well. I want you to turn invisible. Okay, so let me log out and log back in just to make sure all the buffs are off me. Yep, all the buffs are currently off me. So if I do Spirit of Bear, we'll gain some mana back. And then right after, I'll do Spirit of Wolf, and then I won't touch anything. I want to make sure, like, when this wears off. So give it about 15 seconds. We'll just round up and say 30 seconds. Right, this buff will expire, but then we'll have a little more time because technically it's making a second buff, but it's not overwriting it like it should. And it could be in here that I'm messing it up. Although I'm doing add effect and then doing overlap behavior, so it should be fine. Let's take a look at the effects. Server, entity, effects. That's just a stat modifier. That's another stat modifier. This is it. Overlap behavior. So we still got a little more time. I can make an instant death spell. Teleport spell, here we go, potion. So greater regen. Does anyone know if there is something in the game that increases your maximum health? Not just a heal, but increases. Okay, so there it goes. It does wear off. The problem is the spell is not overwriting itself, which it should be. Because if I could find one to make more health, I can bring in the spell template. Or temperance. But so far I'm just seeing like regen stuff, right? Lesser health regen, greater health regen, an instant health, right? These are all just like potion effects. But I don't know if there's something that would affect like max health. I don't see anything tied to it yet. So here, let's go to main menu. We will shut down the server. I will go back into... Oh, Spirit of Whale, no. Get rid of some of this stuff here, right? The effects manager, we'll shut that down. Spirit of Bear. There we go, Spirit of Creature. The overlap behavior is going to be overwrite. I think it needs to be in here. I don't think I have full control to like hard code it. Maybe it just needs to be specified in here. What am I gonna have for lunch? Okay, so I should be able to do like Spirit of Bear. Let's let my mana go up a little bit. And I'll try Spirit of Bear again, right? So I see it ticking down there. My little icon in the corner. There it is. So it did extend it. Now let's try Spirit of Wolf. It overrode it. And it transformed me. That's what we want. Right there. Perfect. Okay, guys. So that's exciting. I just need to make each one actually do something. Spirit of Whale, that's gonna have to be like movement speed, but I can't do it through the buff. I am gonna have to do that. I can't do it through here. I have to do it through another means. What do I want? Drop deployables, damage. It's red flash, there's block placement. So I could, boy. Ooh, how can I do this? Let's go into the spells, because I don't want to do it through here. Let's pull up like Spirit of Bear, right? Spirit of Bear. Let's get some stat attributes here. I need to look at not this, probably this. Nope. Definitely not that. All right, let's scroll. Here we go. This is what I want. Copy. Spirit of Bear, where did it go? There it is. Here, I'm going to move Spirit of Bear right up here. So I will tap into the main system here. We'll get the shooter reference, right, from the stat store. And you know what? Let's do stamina. Let me get stamina as a stat. Actually, I would have to do stats, subtract stat value. I would not want to subtract the stat value. I would want to add to the stat value. And I want you to do predictable self, right? Because you'll be adding it to yourself. And the stat is going to be... See, we have a generic health dot. Nah, there's nothing more there. So I think technically that would be a heal. And that isn't what I would want. I want to find a way to like increase your maximum health. And we'll do it by 1. We're gonna have to shut down and start again. Okay, so get max, get modifiers, get regeneration values, so modifiers dot. I get key. I'll just put in a fake key. Do we have anything here? 2 lowercase? Nah, it just has to do with the key now. Reconnect. Keep hitting me, buddy. One more time. So let me take a look. So I have 146. Oh, but he's still hitting me. Still at 146. $180. I can't tell if I healed or not. I did, so it heals me by 1. Why don't I do something different then? Why don't I do something different? Why don't we do something with health regeneration? Maybe in bear form you heal over time, slowly. Well, stat modifier effects, right? So there would be 30% health, and then damage calculator cooldown of 5, duration of 5.5. Overlap is overwrite. Spell effect. Not really seeing what I would expect to see. What about stamina regen? How are we doing it here? Right, so you have like a stat modifier, and then you calculate the cooldown, and you overwrite with a duration effect. See, the problem is I'm using one generic effect to kind of overwrite each other, right? Regen, speed, max stamina, etc. Greater stamina potion buff. Tunable, regen, speed, max stamina, etc. Are you kidding me? Wait, so by their logic, let's pull up the bear. Here we go. Spirit of Bear. So by their logic, I can put in this stat modifier. Yeah, in here. So are they saying I could do something like max stamina? 50, right? Something like this? Is that how I can feed that kind of stuff in? So we're gonna have to see, right? Spirit of Bear. 10 stamina. It's not increasing max stamina. Or is it like max underscore stamina? Right, like we don't know what this means, right? Because they say like tunable, the regen, the speed, the max stamina, but that's not technically true. Like if we don't know what keys they are, then that's not exactly true. Damn it. Come on. Give me the mana I need right now. See, so it's not that. It's not that. So there probably is a way to do it. I just don't know that way. I'm just going to get rid of that again because I don't want it to live in here anyways. Oh wait, guys, that was for the wrong thing. That was for Spirit of Bear. I needed to put it in Spirit of Creature. Oh, dude. All right, just undo, undo, undo. So let's do a couple things, right? Let's try like max stamina. Max underscore stamina. Oops. And I could do like total stamina. Total underscore stamina. 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Because 10's our baseline. And then maybe when I find the modifier, I can backtrack to see how I would do it through the code. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Whoops. 10 stamina. Only 10 stamina still. So it is not increasing anything. Oh, I know how to find it. Oh, duh. Didn't I get more health by putting on equipment? Item. Items. Cloth. Hey, Hank. Hey, dude. How you doing, buddy? Weapon utility upgrade. I need to find armor. Bronze. Chest. So there's got to be something in here. Ooh. So health amount 17. Calculation type additive. Oh, I wonder if that would be what we want here, right? So for stat modifiers, I'm gonna add 100 health. Dude's gone crazy with power. What is he doing? So that would be how I would make a buff. Like, right, that would be mage armor right there. Right, for damage resistance under stat modifiers. So let's pull up mage armor. Kind of fix all of this. And I would have to get rid of that for mage armor, right? So, okay, status, health. And for physical protection, I'm just going to put a 1 in there. It's going to be, like, wicked good. I just want to see these numbers change based on the buff. Right, so we got Spirit of Bear, and then, yeah, we'll see. Oh, we had a failure. So it's gotta be in this buff or this buff. Well, we know it's not in here, so it's gotta be in here. Let me undo everything I just did, because if you paste something in wrong, I'm finding out it can screw up a lot of stuff. This tries to help me, and a lot of times it's not helpful. It'll put like an extra comma here and there, stuff that I just do not want. There we go. Okay, so we got the stat modifier here. I also don't know if this buff, if it needs to be an application effects or not. It may actually have to live up here. So here, let me cut that out. Let me stop. Save those changes, and then we'll restart the server. And if it runs fine, then that's telling me that it probably is the code and where I just put this. So let's see. Come on, start clean. Damn it. I have a problem somewhere here. Yeah, it could be in Spirit of Whale, Spirit of Wolf. Oh, Spirit of Creature. Probably in here. Okay, let's give this a try. It was probably in Spirit of Creature. Yep, it was in here. Okay, so we'll shut down. So I want to go back into my mage buff section, and I will put this in here. Right, so we'll put a stat modifier in here. I'll do like 117. For the physical resistance, we're gonna pop a 1 in there. This is gonna be the godliest mage armor buff. It's gonna increase max health and other stuff. Perfect. All right. All right, let's get the mage armor wand. Out of my way, snake. Ain't nobody got time for that. There we go. So my current stats, right? 146, 25% defense. 146, 25% defense. Didn't do shit. Didn't do nothing. All right. Well, I guess it can't be. I guess it can't be there. And I suppose bear form probably won't do anything besides shapeshift me into a bear. Yeah. It did not increase my health either. All right, so let's log out. And we're going to shut off the server. So maybe it can't be in here. I'm going to cut it out. And then paste this here. I'll try and do it this way. And this would be just for mage armor, so I guess that's what I'm going to want to do. Failed to decode. Does it not like this? Let me try to look at something else here. Because I'm wondering if, like, the damage source stuff, the damage resistance, I wonder if that's even something I can tap into here. Let's go to server entity effects. I want damage, red flash. What is this? Duration. So that's just the tint. Ooh, game mode, immunity, NPC. What's an NPC? NPC low health. That's like a death effect. Infinite true. Portals, potions. Is there like a poison potion? No, there is not. Projectile. We got like bombs, arrows, rubble. No. Status. Let's look at tier 3 poison. So it's doing this based off of like damage calculator. So it's got a parent of poison. Let's take a look at poison. This is what I would expect to see. Not this. So damage calculator cooldown, right? Then we have the damage calculator. Base damage poison type. The damage effects. And it's right here in like the root. It's right here in like the root of it. It's not up here. Interesting. What about slow? What about root? So we're back onto application effects. So it makes your knockback multiplier 0. Movement effects, disable all true. Interesting. So we got lava burn here. Right, so that would be a base calculation for fire damage. What about immune? It's not the real immune. Alright, I didn't think you could do it through there. What does freeze do? So that's another disabling, like, everything. So you can't move. Burn. So this has to do with the calculation again, right? Not infinite. It is a debuff. Overlaps. Or it looks like it overwrites. Antidote. Interesting. Antidote does nothing on its own. See what we got for tests. What's sword test here? So that's base physical damage, which is fine. Stone skin. Movement effects disable sprint true. That's cool. So I can make it to where like maybe you can't sprint in a certain form. Maybe like tree form. Oh, imagine like a druid like tree ant form, right? And you can't sprint. You could still move, but it's a walk. But you'll regen health like slowly over time while the buff is ticking. Dude, that's such a good idea. I'm adding it to my phone. It's that good of an idea. Spirit of Tree. Stops sprint, but regens 1 HP a second. Perfect. Hey QP Tech, I didn't see you were on. I would have rated out to you. Got in the weeds modding and my brain shut down. I'm right. I'm almost there with you. It's fine. How you doing? I managed to make my own shard world. How hard was it? I'm working on buff effects here, so I'm creating my own like shape-shifting buff. So I want like spirit spells, right, as a category. So like Spirit of Wolf will transform you into a wolf that gives you run speed bonus, right? Spirit of Bear will transform you into a bear and give you like bonus health, max health. Spirit of Treant, right, will turn you into a treant, but you'll be able to like walk, you won't be able to sprint. But you'll regen health like, you know, so many ticks over time. Spirit of Whale, you'll be able to swim like really fast in the water, but on land you'll be a whale that's like beached. And we've done things, right? Like I can pop on Spirit of Bear, right? And it gives me the buff here. And then I could do like, see how fast I'm running here. Now Spirit of Wolf, right? So I could shapeshift here and I'm running faster. You know, Spirit of Whale, right? Like, you know, I can, well, when I have sufficient mana. If you notice, I'm actually using the mana system here. Right, you're just like a big whale, right? But like when you get into the water, I'll increase like your swim speed here, right? But you know, I want different like shape shifting things, right? Maybe spirit, like I want a lich form. Yes, I was thinking a Spirit of Cheetah, right? Like where it's gonna be like a burst, like it'll basically be a sprint. It's a very shaman themed kind of thing, right? I could shapeshift like back into a bear. So that's the system that we are currently working on. So I'm trying to figure out how to oh my god, you know what I just realized? You could be in bear form and go on one of my mounts. Oh my god. Imagine that. Imagine that. Poor thing is traumatized. Guys, this bear, it mounted me today. He just came out of nowhere. I trusted that mage. What if I want to be a flying whale? Then you got to make your own mod, Hexadin. Chop chop. Start from a cliff, yeah. I'm going to start a clean mod and try to make a fragment world in a tutorial video. The moment that's done, please send it to me. I want to make like a mage dedicated safe space. I thought about it since the last stream. I thought about it all night. Actually, it gave me incentive to rethink a lot of the mod. I spent last night, I made this. Ignore the localization. What template are you using? Are you using a Maven, like a Maven template right now, like a newer one? Because like my template's like it's all sorts of screwed up right now. But basically, I made my own bench, and you'll be able to make your wands, right? You'll be able to make the grimoire. You'll be able to make the mounts, right? So I got like a separation of stuff here. I want to create like my own kind of mage armor as well, as like a starter set of mage armor to get you into casting. Some spells are working like attract. I want to get mage armor like together and going. Swiftness is already good to go. That's an AoE. I started with Coffin Joe's tutorial to make V2 World Gen. Oh, okay. Then use the asset editor to make my own fragment keys, etc. Dude, that sounds so cool. Though I really want you to make that video. I will be bookmarking it. Let's see here. Wait, what was I doing, guys? Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out how to add maximum health. It would have to be done. I feel like it would have to be done through either code here, but this is just health, right? Like, so let me comment this stuff out. So that is just health. Right now you heal for 1 HP when you go and when you cast the bear form spell, and then you're just like a bear the rest of the time just because it's cool. Let's continue here. What is a stun stick? Ability effects disabled. Oh, look at that! It slows you down and it prevents you from using a spell. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, that's just a transform. Erosion test. What is this? So that's something else. This is what I want. For my stealth spell, probably. But I would have to figure out where test 2 is. High damage. Right, so that's just like a 10 damage, like, right? Like, not looping, despawn. So it's an animation. Yeah, so that's nothing special. And then this is regular damage, right? We know about regular damage. Do the spells just time out? Yeah, it's like a buff, right? So the spell will time out, right? So if I get Spirit of Wolf, right now I have the duration. I think it's a 2-minute duration. Yeah, we got 1 minute 54 seconds left. I don't think the game has a way yet to cancel, like for the player to cancel a status effect, either good or bad, right? Because you can't come over here. There's no like right clicking it. There's no like shift clicking it, like it, you know, control clicking it, alt clicking, either way. There's nothing to do there, and you can't see these effects in here anywhere, right? So I can't like right click anything. It may just be a current limitation of that system. But then again, I could make something where it, like, you know, cancels out the spell, but I don't want to overstep, because I know the guys are, you know, the team's working on stuff, you know, even as we speak. So I wanna try to be smart with the time that I have, right? Kind of bring things together, get some good basic spells. There's still, oh, and there's a problem right now too. Watch, if I do Shadow Bolt, if I throw it in the air, it's perfectly fine. If it collides, it destroys my entity. It does this with any projectile. And I'm not the only one that apparently has this problem. There was another person that I saw that's trying to do projectiles. But it's only in third person that it destroys it. First person, I still see my woofy paw and everything. And it will reset when I sign out, like log out and log back in. Very weird stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff will change, yeah. See, like I have a model still, it's just in third person I can't see myself now. Actually, let me see if it will refresh when my buff wears off. Nope. So it just got rid of my model. But if I, you know, just sign out and come back in, it'll be fine. Whoops, whoops, whoops. See, now I got my model back. But it's with any, like this right here, this is basically like the ice ball spell. As soon as it like destroys itself, it destroys the caster as well, like their model. It gets rid of their model. And I'm just doing the spawn projectile. Like that's it. Just realize I have to unpack all the assets again. Takes a minute or 10. Yeah. I think I need a new template. Like, ever since I updated to update 2, like, the game's localizations are, like, screwed. And I can't see my own, like, localization stuff. So I gotta like, bring this back. But, you know, I'll tackle that when I have time. Time is not now. Oh, let's try Mage Armor. Still, defense is still the same, and the health is still the same. This is crap. Alright, so I have this. I could get rid of this. Spirit of Bear, right? I thought it'd be like in the entity stat map that I'd be able to do things. Yeah, I just don't know how to increase maximum health right now. There's nothing that I can. There's like nothing that I can do or look at, right? There's like nothing I can look at to get a template of how to do something like that. And there's a lot of stuff for like getting effects. It's not really what I want. I would want something like... I'd want like a health system, right? So... projectiles, interactions, movement. I mean, let's look at damage. Maybe there's something here. Filters, knockback, using damage. No. Entity stats. Okay, this is what I was thinking of before, right? So I'm getting a stat map, I'm getting the stats component. All right, and then I can get health in this case. Set to specific value, clamp to min max. All right, so that would set your health to a specific, but it's your health. I tried this, right? It's just like whatever your current HP is. Normal server update. Self client can predict this change locally. All viewers can predict this change. All right, and then we have like a new modifier here. So this would be stat calculation type additive. It would. This is saying like for maxed health though. Oh, huh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's try this. Let's try this. You've seen this site? Man, I see only like star. I don't have any moderators, so I have to... Sometimes I get people like coming into the stream, you know, trying to, you know how it is, right? Trying to like spam like, you know, sketchy sites and stuff. The dev's internal docs. Is it hytale modding dev.something.com? Yeah, or .dev. Yeah, hytale modding.dev. Yeah, that's the other side I have bookmarked. They do have a lot of good stuff in there too, but it is still lacking. This one seems to be a little better right now with some of this stuff, right? So for like the stats, although it's been hit and miss, right? Because I gotta take like something that they did here, right? So this is all for modifier stuff, and then for stats, right? Because there is no stats put modifier. Oh, actually, because I need to uncomment this. And then it wants like the health index, I think. What does it want here? It wants the index for HP, so I can get this. And then that should be how I do it. And then at the end of this buff, I would have to have it, like, expire. So let me shut down. We'll log out. I'll go back in. There we go. Ooh, it doesn't like something. All right, let's shut down. This is really annoying, right? It's like, well, what does it not like, right? Does it not like something in here? Probably this, if I had to guess. I had to clean this up anyways. Like the JSON stuff gets me more than anything. Do you have diagnostic mode turned on? Yes, I do. That's how I got the tilde key to pull up the extra stuff. There we go. See, now it's fine. Let's go into here. I still don't know how to use diagnostic mode yet, but every once in a while I'll catch something. All right, so 146 health. 196. Yeah, let's go! But it will never expire. It will never expire. Right? Like, I'll just have this as a permanent bonus, maybe until I log in and log out. Let me see here. So I have 196 health. What if I log out and then try to log back in? Will it kind of keep up? 196 still. Okay. All right, so we have a minute 24 seconds. I don't either, but I saw someone else have it turned on. I think that's what I did too. Like, I saw someone with it on, or they mention it, like you should turn this on, but like not how to use it. So I turned it on. I don't know if I saw much of a difference though, honestly. Like, if anything, like it added here, just like this stuff here. So I was able to see like when I had like an asset that wasn't working, but I already knew it wasn't working because I looked down here, right? And I know like the red code means that a JSON's messed up, where it's like it expects a comma and it got a slash, or you know, something like that. Although I just realized there's a game info tab too. You know, I remember this. No, never mind. I remember this. So we gotta wait here. I mean, it would be nice if this just dropped off neatly, but I know it's not going to. I just need to confirm. Because I need a way to where if someone has a spell, I need to track that spell. And then when the spell effect wears off, I will need to run cleanup code. See, now the buff is gone. I have a permanent 196 health. Maybe I shouldn't have started with such a high number. What happens if I just shut down and then start again? Right, so what I could do, what I would need to do is follow it up with like the stats remove and then put in, you know, like the bonus plugin here. Unless I key it the same as here. What do you guys think? If I put the same key in here. For now, let's do a swap out. And this would be this index. So it should clean up the old 196 health and then put a new 196 or 50 health, right? A new 50 health. Guys, my butt is getting sore. Oh, look at all of that snow. We got easily 1, 2, 3 inches already, and it's still going to be snowing all day, all night into tomorrow. I think it says we're getting up to like 22 inches. Look at ridiculous. It's like 12 to 18 inches, and then like some areas 22. I'm like, yeah, I'm in a valley. It's going to be 22. It's always at the higher end. Okay, so right, 196. So we got 196, right? But this is the new key. So it's good. It must have removed the old one while it added the new one. Because it did do that, like, briefly, right? Like, it expanded. How you doing, Oder? QP Tech, I really want to see that guide, my man. I want to make a world so bad. I want to make one so bad. There's so much I want to do in this, like, to mod in this game. So much. Why did I make this a 2-minute buff for testing? That's what I want to know. Vice, you're fired. You're fired. Oh my god. Oh, Vice. I'm really hoping that this wears off nicely and that it will automatically clean, because if I'm thinking about it, right, like I'm using the same name, like hopefully they do things like, do you have any modifiers with this name? And if you do, let's pull those out. If it does, this became so much easier. and I can kick the can of having like a whole secondary cleanup thing a little further. It's a lot at once, it really is, but I feel like a kid in a candy store. Like, not gonna lie, like this is... I was starting to cool down on vintage story modding, right? I'm like, well, I have a pretty in-depth magic mod, right? Like, there are more things I want to do, but the game's not there yet, right? Like, I wanted to make an instance, I wanted to have a boss fight, you know, like have a whole second world. Dimensions didn't pan out to be what, you know, what I originally thought they would be. So this is something that I needed, and it did not. It did not remove that stat. So I will need to have an additional cleanup for this stat, which is fine. I do have something. I started working on something for this, actually. I think it's under... It's not data, it could be systems. Yeah, buff effects system. And I think I have it to where... Let me look at this, right? So I can look at the players online. And I'm getting like a movement state for this, right? So int speed boost index, right? So I would get the buff, right? And if you have the buff, then this was my test at like flying. Did you make the chili yet? I didn't get all the ingredients. We're being hit with a snowstorm. I thought I had more time. I did not have time. Trust me, I'm going without M&Ms right now in a snowstorm. It kind of sucks. It makes me very sad. Here, let me try this. This is not gonna be the final result, right? I'm gonna import this. There was more that I needed. Better yet, you know what? Let's just copy this whole thing all the way down, because I'm gonna have to loop through the players as well. I'm so cheap right now. It's like ice cold in this room, and I am not turning on the heat. I might as well be sitting outside in the snow. Oh wait, I already got my player references. Hold on. I copied more than I needed to. This is the stuff that I need. Let me cut that out. Delete that, paste this in. See, the unfortunate part here is I only know how to do something like this in a very messy way. All right, import class. Right, where it's basically going to keep listening to see, like, hey, is this buff active? If it is, make sure this key, right, this modifier is on. If it's not active, then take the modifier off. So let me just get rid of all the fly stuff here. And I mean, it may be like a simple bool, right? Like do a check, but I just don't like things like that. You know, doing things like that. Right, so let's take a look at the buff. What is it called? This buff right here, and this may come in conflict with my, you know, overriding buff system too, that I got going. Right, so we'll just call it speed boost index. Right, so if you have this, actually I should say if you do not have this effect. We'll leave the else there, right? If you do not have this effect, I need to take a look at the existing modifiers, right? So I would have to do like modifier, entity stat modifier. I would need to get the entity stats, which I believe... Let's pull up Spirit of Bear again. Let me pull this up here. Magic buff, Spirit of Bear. Let me close that out. Here we go, Spirit of Bear. So it's this that I'm going to need. Right here. The shooter reference, this is actually going to be the player reference. Maybe, no, not that, little p. Or is it just reference? What do I have in this loop? Stop with the caps. There we go, just reference. Okay. Let me just scroll up to make sure. Yeah, I'm getting everything from the player reference, and I'm getting the reference there. So yeah. So I'm getting the reference. So it's just ref. Let me get rid of this and get rid of all of that except for effects. Hold on. I need that. I don't need anything with the movement stuff. Going through the density map docs, so many options. Oh man, I can't wait to do that too. I really can't wait. So many exciting things. Bear form, right? So I need the stat. This right here. Copy and paste. I would be looking for this, right? I could keep it the same at this point. All right, so get existing, and then I would have to... I would have to see if this is an active stat. Right, so I'd have to do like if existing dot... What is get target? No. So this would be getting the modifier. I think I need to go into stats, right? I need to go into stats. I should say like if stats dot, and let's see, is there like a has get modifier, get index, int index, and then string key, right? So get int index here, and then the string key. And this should give back an index, right? Yeah, that gives back the int index, the key. I guess I can't do get modifier. Unless there's something here, right? See, like get target, get name. There's got to be a cleaner way to do this. Stats dot self stat. Put modifier, remove modifier, reset modifier. Ooh. I mean, there's some good things. Subtract stat modifier. Interesting. There's so much you can do. I think I want to look at the player though, right? So effects contains key, right? So I'm looking at all the effects based on the player, all the player's effects. And I'm getting all this. Do I need to... Is there a way to maybe get the... Right, I'm getting the entity stat map already. Like, I'm getting that. Setting values. Subtract, right? Stats modifiers. So that would be a stat modifier there. applying a modifier, right? And that's using the put, which is what we're doing, right? Get existing modifier. And then a remove modifier. I want something where I check to see if a modifier is on you. I thought that was stats.getModifier. But that is not the case, right? Required type Boolean. Oh, so this may be part of it. Because there's going to be a time when, like, you may not have this buff on. I don't want to keep trying to, like, remove a stat modifier that you don't have. That's going to be way too much overhead. Existing isn't really... Oh, damn it. Isn't really doing anything for me either. Right, because what do I have for existing, right? Like, get target, right? Modifier target. I mean, should I do something like get target? If it's saying modifier target, does it mean like an entity? Test equals, here, make a local variable. What is this, right? So just get modifier target. Compared to another modifier target, what if I do ref? Right? That wouldn't be it. It would be, probably not player either. You know what I mean? Like, I need to... I don't think get target is my guy. I don't think existing is what we want to do either. Unless it's apply, but it's taking in a float. So I don't think that's it either. I don't think existing is what we want at all. If I had to guess, it would be something in stats dot, right, get index, get value, add stat value, other updates, self stat values. Clear updates, right? Consume self. Get self stat value. Minimize, maximize. You know, it may not be through here. It may be something that I need to do maybe through player. Get stat modifiers manager dot. It's like nothing in here. Recalculate modifiers, right? Set recalculate. I don't know. I just saw something was doing in the docs and it said in red, "Don't do this, explains my performance issues." They told you, don't do this. You'll be sorry. That's great. You gotta love when that happens, huh? You gotta love it. I am not seeing anything here. Alright, that's subtracting a value. And then add, that's adding the bonus modifier value. My resource plugin, focus stat, minimum value. Wait a minute. I have to think in the context in which I've pulled this stuff out. Effects would be for this particular player effect, right? So I would have to do something where, like, okay, effects dot get active effects dot contains key, right? So this is looking for this player to see if you have this speed boost on. So it's already kind of player stateful, which means that these stats are your stats. So that, thinking that way, I mean, get modifier does this does work. Right? So what if I do something like existing does not equal null? Right? Because this is getting like the potential stat modifier from my entity player stats. Right? And then I would just say like, yeah, you know what? If this is actually equal to something, like meaning you still have this, then I'm going to want to put my code in. Here, let's do Spirit of Bear. And actually, I could cut this whole thing right out, paste it in here, and then I would remove this particular key. But we would only do it once. Like, you could still do the check, right? Like, if you don't have the buff on, like, this is probably going to be a lot of overhead. I could probably put, like, a simple bool here. You know, like a little, like, shut on, shut off kind of bool. Let's comment out movement. All right, let's start the server. I'll be off. Good luck modding and winter survival. Thank you, QP Tech. You too. Hope you have a great day. And I'm so looking forward to that guide, man. So looking forward to it. You need someone to proof watch it? I'm your man. Okay, so hey, it removed my buff already. So if we put Spirit of Bear on, I gained 50 maximum health. Right? So that is totally cool. But we have to wait for this to expire because this is where it's going to come in conflict. Right now, the buffs like overwrite each other. So I do need like a shut on, shut off kind of thing. I need to detect when you've had this particular Spirit of Bear buff on. And I can't do that right now. That's going to take a little more evolution. So I think where it sits right now, if this works, either I create separate things and you can like maybe stack these buffs, and then later I have to write a cleanup thing saying like, yeah, you know what, if you're trying to apply this buff, if you have this buff, or this buff on, right, whatever the list of conflicting buffs are, remove those buffs, and then you could just do the regular application, right? So that would be like a stat removal thing, which may be how I end up doing this. That's the awesome part of coding. There's not always like one right way to do it. There are probably better ways to do it based on the circumstance, but that's it. Get out of here. Yeah, you better run. You think about what you did. So I gotta redo this. I think I'll end up like removing this and this. I'll put the paper down there. I'll lay this book out like here, maybe, or I'll put it off to the side, shrink it down. I'm gonna like have a Mod Podge for my particular thing. Oh, buff is almost done. 196, right? I have 196 health. I should drop 50 health. I did. Let's go! Let's go! You know what I just realized, guys? Who says that I need to put on only one buff? So what would something like this look like, right? Maybe I put on this buff here, right? The generic buff. Oh, but it would show up as two buffs in your stuff. It would show up as two buffs. I think what I'm gonna have to do is separate these out, right? So instead of a Spirit of Creature, it's gonna be like Spirit of Wolf, Spirit of Bear, Spirit whatever, right? That way, this attribute enhancement system that I made will work. And then we can look at the problem where you have two buffs that are going to overlap. And I think I need to specifically look for that stuff in here. Because I can look to see like active buffs, right? So maybe what I could do is look at your active buffs from the spell, right? Look at your active buffs from the spell and say, you know, if you have this, or this key, right? One of these keys, then remove those keys, right? Like, take the buff offline, right? Like, get rid of the buff. And then go through the regular logic. I think that's the best way. And then I can embed that in the spell. And then when more spells overlap, like Lich Form, right? Like, I'm going to have, like, you know, a Lich Form, of course. And it'll turn you into a skeleton. And I want that to increase your, maybe your maximum mana. Right? Something like that. So, wow, I guess I'm really leaning into the shape-shifting attribute magic, huh? But guys, this is my time. We are going to find someone to raid. Who is playing Hytale? We gotta get out while the getting's good. Gotta get out while the getting is good. Who should we stream? I am going to pick... we'll scroll down the list a little bit here. Running my own Hytale server like I'm a pro. It's not catchy enough. It's not catchy enough. Yeah, join our community server. Is there anyone who is like modding, right? Anyone who's modding. Post art Hytale. I don't. Oh, they're probably working on art, I assume. Teach me I'm new. This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. That was a very optimistic thing. Someone trying out Hytale. I'm not seeing anyone who is modding. Just from my search here. So I am going to throw it to the next person I see with a camera. No, this person. Spicy Queen Bee. We will throw it to them. Yep, I'm ready now. All right. Looks like this person is planting, making a fence or something. Looks like they are indeed playing. So I'm going to copy. Oh, I should have just looked at my follow list, right? Let's see. Who do we got on? Oh, Wasteland Puppy's on. Outer Wilds. We're raiding Wasteland Puppy. Love this guy. He's a great guy. / raid Wasteland Puppy. Have a good one. Thank you, Oder. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We have made a lot of progress. A lot of progress in this like custom kind of buff system, buff effect system. How the buffs are gonna work. Overriding buffs, actually applying like modifiers to stats. So, like, Bear Form's gonna make you have more health, right? The Spirit of Wolf's gonna make you run faster. These things are gonna be, like, exclusive buffs. We can now make Mage Armor. Now that I can do this, I can add protection attributes and take them off. We got a lot of stuff that we can now do, which is fantastic news because... now I can get cooking. I can push out, maybe if I'm lucky and I'm able to kind of focus up, I can have this kind of updated stuff. Although I still have to fix my localization issue. But I just may have to get a new template for that. But maybe things work out pretty well. And I get an update out today with the new spells and everything, and new effects, new everything, and actual gameplay loop. But thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Adios. See you later. Bye.